Alright, and we're back. There is one item to grab while roaming around up here with all of these monsters that will kill me instantly if they hear me in the area. Luckily, this one just stands there and will not suddenly turn around and start walking back in this direction as soon as I come up to the door. Just gotta not get right up next to him, I guess. Get a close-up one here, just standing at the window. A little bit unsettling, I guess. And here's the key on the other side of the ceiling collapse that we were looking at. And you can start running once you're a certain distance away. I knew that even if it upset him and he came after me, I would get through the door first. We're definitely not going to try that in here again with, I think, like 3 different of these guys in the same room. On hard mode, they actually give you a zombie right here who notices you as soon as you start walking past the door you just entered through. So you have to somehow stay ahead of him while he's lurking after you and not upset those other guys at the same time. Because if you shoot, well, let's just say it won't work. Alright. I think we're clear. But yeah, considering how much I dreaded coming into here my first time through, not knowing, just from this note alone outside the door, I really have to say I think that would easily be in like my top 20 like creepiest moments or sequences in survival horror games. So it was really good. Thought I had a very nice touch. So what we just got was the cemetery key. And now we can, where was it? The other side. Actually, I should have gone back through the other way. There was a gate closed behind me, but there was a switch to open it back up. But now that I'm already down here, we'll just take this shortcut through the first safe room. Hi, kitty. You know, it just dawned on me looking at all these paintings. What if, especially with all the different mods and everything, the ways you can just keep replaying, in particular the first Resident Evil game, and all of these obvious homages to the Spencer Mansion. Now that I think about it, there's got to be like, I don't know, a site somewhere on the internet that actually recreated every, or at least almost every last painting that you can find in the Spencer Mansion. Even the ones that you just kind of get a glimpse of that you can't really investigate up close that has a description or anything. That actually like tried to recreate those paintings through AI art perhaps. And are actually selling them. Yeah, I took a moment to shoot because for some reason I thought you could No? Okay, you can aim up. I was just using the wrong analog stick to do it. And it's like I realized at the last second, oh no, wait, I can't aim, so I shot quickly before he... Because he was literally like 0.25 seconds away from grabbing onto me and me taking a hit. Can't go through that gate yet, but here is where we... Do I have enough bullets? I should. Till I get to the next safe room. Here's where we use the cemetery key, and of course, we are sure enough in a cemetery. Don't believe there's any items over here, no. And reading the descriptions on, if you just investigate all the graves around here that have the crosses on them, some of them will have a description, and it will tell you what buttons to push on this little puzzle that we're coming up on. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. Yeah, on the other side there's some other descriptions. I think there are like 7 in all. I think I just remember what buttons to press without having to solve that puzzle again. But through this door. Also, should be some bullets right here. Here we go. There's like tarot cards that have buttons on them. Might have been the Hermit. I'm pretty sure that was one of them. The Star, the Moon. Or maybe not the Moon. The Lovers was definitely on there, and Justice. Might have to do this... Oh, no. Okay. Just kind of press one again, vaguely remembering the pattern that the lit buttons make. Just kind of took a stab at what that last one was, and that was it. I wasn't even sure I had the total number of buttons to press correct. But anyway, that will take us over here. Let's go ahead and use it. But first we need to go into this little side house where Lady Diane was sheltered with her sickness, as we'll find out in some documents over here. Into this little guest house, or whatever you want to call it. I also don't want to go all the way back to the other house, because again, I said the item chests in the safe rooms are not universal, so I actually have to go back to that specific room. Luckily, they're all easily interconnected. It can just be a pain in the butt to run all the way back to one where you had the particular thing you want to reclaim stored, and there's a zombie right here, I think. Oops! I misfired. And interestingly, that took me all the way down to critical in one hit. Huh. And so anyway, what we're trying to do, ultimately, we need to get a valve to turn off the cooling to this room. There's actually like a description here. Is something like Hector, that was his name. Yeah, I think Hector was the name of Diane's husband, and Robert was the name of her butler. I think I said Horace earlier for a butler. I knew there was a name that started with an H somewhere. But no, that's actually Hector, her husband, and I believe Robert is her butler. So the thing is, it's like in order to keep her, I don't know, in some sort of semi-alive state, he put her in that room with like a special cooling system he built to like keep the temperatures like negative in here. And I believe the only thing we have over here actually is the final Set of symbols. Yeah, number 5. What was this document over here? Oh. Just all these little dolls that she made. I know my first time through the game, I played it like once more on normal mode just to kind of refresh myself for hard mode, just to kind of know where things would be right off the bat. Hopefully that would give me a little bit of advantage, and then doing hard mode. So this is like my 4th time going through the game. It was only on my very first time. I don't know what I did, but the window outside the room with all the dolls just now, where I found the last set of symbols, Kane was just outside the window just staring at me. Didn't make a move, didn't do anything. It's kind of a nice little creepy effect. Okay, 8 bullets, so we're good there. And we're just going to save before tackling this next boss. There's 3 bosses in all, so we're about to do the next one. Cat's winning some attention. I don't know, do most cats like to be petted that hard? You saw like his back kind of caving in. Now this next fight is a little bit interesting. Now I can't take a single hit from this guy because I'm on critical, or at least I assume I can't. But it's not hits from him that you really have to worry about. It's the traps that activate in the small cemetery where you fight him. They're under like patches of leaves on the ground. And so you can't stand in one place once you run past him. I think there's Kane staring at me from a distance, and once I get up close, he disappears somehow. But yeah, these leaves on the ground. As soon as the fight starts, if you walk across them, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep moving, or else some spikes are gonna come out the ground and kill you instantly. You can use them, however, to do some damage to the boss. And I don't know why ammo doesn't appear until the fight starts, but magically, they'll appear here. It's almost like Kane is subconsciously trying to help me rather than kill me with this guy that he sends after me. Yeah, you heard the door close, and this guy. Yeah, you can hear a little click too. And that should get him. Yep. But, you know, I don't want to drag this out forever. Eventually I'm going to get caught on the corner with my walking skills in these kinds of games and end up killing myself in a trap. So I'm going to shoot him at the same time too. I'm not that terribly worried about ammo conservation at this point. And here we go. That was one last bullet, so I gotta get a distance away to reload. Yeah, every time that clicks, I worry that, oh boy, yep, I went too far down. Thought I was in a dead end. I might not have been. So... Come to think, well, no, I'm headed back in that I have to go back in that direction eventually anyway. Because if you didn't see earlier, what we get is the axe from that shed, and that's what we're going to use to open up 2 more areas. One of them was optional on the 3rd floor. And the other one was through the door that was opened up with 2 paintings of snakes. And that's where we get the valve from that area, I believe, and then have to come all the way back here. I wonder if I would just piss Kane off if I tried to shoot him while he was still standing right here at the gate. It's really good to keep track of how many bullets you got left. And she's not the absolute fastest at reloading, so I gotta make sure I keep some distance. Or get some distance first before I try to do that. Alright, let's try to trick him here. There we go. Should have 2 left. I ran over that one too quickly. And you gotta make sure that he doesn't cut you off with making a sudden turn across these gravestones in front of you instead of where you think he's gonna go. Alright. Eight bullets left with a few shotgun shells. Shouldn't be too hard. Just gotta make sure I'm running straight through these rows of gravestones and he doesn't catch me that way. Yeah, as you can see, the enemies kind of go into slow walk time when you're in your inventory, so you gotta be quick if you go to your inventory in the middle of battle. And instead of just trapping me in here, Kane healthily opens the door. Or the gate. Alright, let's make sure we're fully loaded on our handgun too, in case we need to resort to that. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the main house and grab the valve, which will open up the way to that by axing through the boards covering a hidden area back in the main house. You also notice that Emily actually cannot run backwards, do the backwards run when she is holding the shotgun, and she also runs a little bit slower. So let's speed this up a little bit and get the handgun on her. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, I think as I was first walking out into this area, I would think it pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and get this leech so we can that I left on this table so we can get off of critical health. Only takes a few seconds. But again, you can't run while it is feeding off of your bad blood, I guess. Which way was I going? Hello. Ah. Because I actually want to stop by the, want to stop by the first safe room and grab a flask so I can kill the 2 enemies that will be in this optional area on the 3rd floor first. You get like 12 shotgun shells and another flask in there, so it's kind of nice. We can combine loose clips together. You just can't reload using the inventory screen, which is cool. Anyway, like I was saying, when we first stepped out into the graveyard area, just looking at all the paintings in this house, I know that there's got to be at least one place on the internet where just a fan or a collaboration of fans who just love Resident Evil and in particular the Spencer Estates so much that they actually used AI art or did actual like paintings trying to recreate almost all the paintings that you saw that you can see in the Spencer Estate, even the ones where you just see them on screen and you can't necessarily see them up close, you know, with the description and everything. Even though they don't really have any significance other than just, you know, decoration. So yeah, ever since the boss we killed out in the graveyard, now there's miniature versions of him that have taken up residence in the house, so you need to be careful with the ammo that you use up when coming across them, or see if there's another way around to where you're wanting to go. Okay, let's get the lighter out so I don't accidentally run into one. I'm trying to listen for his footsteps and make sure that, you know, he didn't walk over into this side of the wing where I'm running into instead of the opposite. What I really like is that, I mean, you have to use the axe to clear away those boards, but somehow the guys in here don't react to that. I mean, I'm glad they don't, because you wouldn't, I guess, did not mean to do that. I actually thought you had to equip it first. No, you just use it straight from your inventory. Okay, this should be close enough. Anyway. But yeah, you can hear him walking closer, so he is actually going to... I think no matter what, once you're in here, and you either kill those 2 guys or get all the items, the one who was walking around out in the actual hall comes this way and stands here for a while, but he'll eventually turn around and go back. Alright, come on, dude. I ain't got all day. Ooh. At least on that screen, I looked a little bit too close to him. Okay, he's walking all the way to the other end, so I thought he was going to stop here for a second at the T intersection. I was going to have to wait him out again. Alright, so we're definitely done with that part of the house. Doing pretty good on shotgun shells, I would say. How much space do we have? None. Okay, we're about to get rid of the yak, so that should not be an issue in order to pick up the valve. And if I recall, there weren't really any items lying around. Even if there was, I can sacrifice that ammo clip of like 3 bullets. Or come to think, I really don't even need the lighter anymore. I can just put that up permanently. Guess I was just too lazy to want to take the detour down here, stop off at the save room, and drop stuff that I know I don't need at the moment. Actually, I do need that flask. As soon as I get back over to the other house, so we'll keep that. Now, which way was it? Okay, back out here into the very first hallway off of the foyer that we explore, starting off the game as Emily, actually. And I do believe there is a mini-boss in here, just like I encountered in the upstairs dining room, with a couple of zombies. And towards the end of the game, they start taking a few more hits, so I need to be careful. Just one. Is there a second zombie in here, or... Okay, no, I think it was just the mini-boss. We'll just use the last of our handgun bullets on him. That might actually save us a shotgun shell. No. Maybe I got a critical hit on him there. Well, more shotgun shells for me. Actually, I did kind of need the lighter, but we'll try to make do with a flashlight. I think it was just this part of the room that was particularly dark. But there are some more of these blind guys in here. But luckily the light coming through the windows is enough to see where they are. Don't get too close to him. Yeah, that set him off, but as soon as you go up the stairs, suddenly it's like he can't climb steps, so I'm perfectly fine. And we got the valve and another note. Okay, another diary from Robert, the butler. Yeah, I think he talks more about... Yeah, how he was intending to stay loyal to Hector, even though he's actually Diane's butler. Talks about the experiments that Hector's doing. And he just talks about the two boys when they were little. This was like 25 years ago, whatever the date at the beginning of the diary said. I'm reading through just to get the, what was the name of his, well, okay, I guess it wasn't mentioned there. What the name of the other brother was. Alright, let's turn that off and not piss off the guys down here. Having to sneak past them. Luckily, the chair isn't totally blocking my way, so I don't have to get up close to that guy. Alright. And that's that. Now, back to the other house. I don't know, this hall right here just makes me think of the castle in the original Resident Evil 4, like this would be a room in there. Guess it's the red carpeting and the paintings and the suits of armor sitting around. Again, why do I have the gun and I'm running slower? The shotgun. Unfortunately, I believe the graveyard fills up with... Don't have any shots in there, so need to switch to the shotgun as soon as I get back in here. I think the graveyard fills with zombies on my way back through. But I do need to keep that one flask before going into the underground area that's going to be revealed when I put in the valve. Alright, I think I can ignore you. You I need to shoot. You too. Oh, God. Okay, there were 6 of them. Thought there were 5. And they all got in my way. Just about all of them. Not a big fan of using that much ammo. Even though I was feeling comfortable up until now with the amount that I had left. Alright, back up the stairs to the extremely cold bedroom where Diane's corpse should be. But we'll find out that somehow she's not there, and she might actually still be alive walking around somewhere as a monster. Sequel bait. I wonder if it will happen. I mean, as far as I know, I think this game is only like a year old, if that. Might have come out at the beginning of this year. But all we find in this bedroom is actually Hector's corpse, who decided to lie down next to her and die. It's in this diary right here. Yeah, from 1969 to 1999. Which I think this means this was only like a week ago. About the time that Amber disappeared here. That's when he just decided to give up and lay down next to Diane and die in the cold. But she got up and went somewhere. So, with that key, unfortunately, our way out of the house is now blocked. But Kane, for whatever reason, helpfully left us some items, including a flask, which I'm going to need right here to get past one of these blind guys. It just says, "For you." It's like he's trying to kill me, but he's giving me a fighting chance at the same time. I don't know. And finally, Emily's partner, Curtis, gets back on the radio.
Everything is going wrong here. This place is full of monsters. Send me help. Kurt! Ugh.
Don't worry, he's on his way. And here's a zombie. Okay, so let's be careful going up next to the blind guy that's hanging out here. But I need to get past him, so gotta use a flask. Free up some space. Okay. I don't remember what was here. Oh. That's a gate I need to open. Some more bullets, and... No, I come out the other way from the gated room. I think we need to start exploring the tunnels this way. Yeah, of course there's an underground tunnel segment. Why wouldn't there be? I'm just glad there wasn't one with the sewers. Yeah, so this is like Kane's little hideaway. And you do actually, unless you already know what's coming, which, I mean, I did because I played this before. But first time through, you better take a good look at this picture. Otherwise, you will fall into a trap. This is revealing a hidden door when I activate a trap in the room that that is in that picture, just a little bit down here. Believe there's a zombie up ahead. And that shotgun was too far away.
Let go.
Well, sucks to be me. Okay, so down here is the way out. I need 2 swords to plunge into that relief over here. And this is one of the traps where I can get this sword, and luckily, thanks to that picture, I know there is a hidden door in the wall right here. Now we just need to go back around to the room where the blind guy was guarding, into this area that I just unlocked in Kane's bedroom. And we cannot grab the relief without dropping... I mean, the sword without dropping something, so that's fine. You can also control like the specific number of bullets that you give up. I did not mean to do that. That was a shortcut with the flask. I keep forgetting there's a shortcut to using the flask. But on the plus side, enables me to grab the last of these shotgun shells, I guess. I know there's like one more blind guy I encounter, and it's actually it kind of takes you by surprise. It's when you're escaping the house, and he'll just appear right there at the start of a room, but as long as I don't immediately run, as long as I remember where he is and I don't immediately run, I can walk past him, no problem. So I will not need to use the flask to kill him. Okay, where were you? Down here, okay. Both swords, ladder comes down. And we will find ourselves back in the graveyard, outside the guest house where Cain blocked us in. Okay, so this is the final key. It will open up a room down the basement where Hector did all of his experiments, and that is where we will encounter the final boss, then escape from the house, and we will be done. In fact, at this point... Okay, I do have some bullets left, so I was about to say, might as well just discard that for good. But I'm going to save, just in case I cannot get past this trap with the symbols on the first shot, just remembering the pattern in which I walk. Because it is an instant death if I fail. Or just walk a wrong tile by accident. Which I have an incredibly hard time walking straight in this game, or in a lot of games, actually. So Sarah's Night, I ought to change my name on the internet to Mr. Magoo sometimes. Hey, I'm getting to be that age that Mr. Magoo was. Okay. Taking a minute to save here, aren't you, game? You made me keep worrying that you're... Oh, okay, sweet. Had an extra little bit of shells that I have forgotten that I have. In and of itself, this is what, 28 in all? That should be enough to take out the final boss. Although he does come back for a second round, but there's already a lot of ammo in the room where I first fight him, so I think all in all, well, we should have more than enough. That will not be the issue. If I get killed, it will be just... The way he comes after you and he reels back a little bit, kind of like Christy the Spider did with each shotgun blast, you just really need to make sure you don't get caught up on anything as you're running away from him. Keep enough distance to shoot and reload once. Alright, so it's this room down here with why you should write down the symbols. There can be a jump scare too when you step on the wrong one. Okay. Leave it's here, and then... That right there was the third set, but we have to go all the way. Here's the start of the fourth. Start with this triangle, I believe, and here, I hope. And I do not believe there was ever a symbol with this... on one of those boards with the square and a circle in the middle, so I do believe I go all the way up, I hope. Because I recognize the S, the backwards S that comes right after it. Never mind. It was totally that square with the circle in the middle. Okay, this way. Now watch me misremember a symbol even before that part this time. Or just accidentally walk because I get a little bit in too much of a hurry. Actually, you know what? I wonder if you actually walk slower with the shotgun as well. Yeah, looks like you do a little bit than with the handgun. It's not just running. You know, I'm curious, but I don't feel like starting the game over and running back here again. If you just happen to step on the wrong one but realize it fast enough starting out that you can just skip back over onto the clear floor where the... Well, no, you couldn't. Because I believe the spikes come out everywhere, not just on the tiles with the symbols. Never mind. But yeah, if the smallest part of your foot grazes a bad tile, if like 5% of Emily's body is over on a wrong tile, then the trap activates. You really have to be careful walking. In fact, I'm kind of surprised it looked like the smallest pixel of Emily got over onto the tile directly to my right. I really thought that was going to activate the trap. Okay, square with the circle. And then... it was 2 tiles over, then 1 down, and 2 more over, I really, really hope. Okay, cool. And then you can use this button, thankfully, to deactivate the trap. And in case I die against Kane, I'm going to actually head back and save, just so I don't have to do this again. I can just take the save room down here too. Yeah, there's more of these guys. There was a zombie down there too. I guess the one I left earlier, my very first visit down here. I don't remember if they stick around when I come back through here after killing Kane in my escape through the house. So I might have totally wasted those shells just to have a slightly more convenient save room down here. But even so, I should be fine. Ammo-wise, for the rest of the game. There's the cat again. I really feel bad that I don't pick him up and carry him out with me, you know? So, just beyond the store is Sir Hector's Frankenstein-like experiments. Now you know where all these zombies and other monsters come from. It's the electricity, of course, that makes me think of Frankenstein. And there's just our quick explanation for why Emily and Kurt couldn't contact each other on the radio all this time until towards the end of the game. Wow. Missed him entirely. There goes a lot more shotgun ammunition I just wasted. Oh, yeah, we do not go through there just yet. Alright, so the deal here is, we are going to shut down this experiment because we never know if these guys that Hector was still experimenting on might come back to life at any moment with the flow of electricity. So we are going to get to work on shutting it off and then leaving this house. And it really doesn't matter on the health, although I'll do it just to get rid of the critical health sound. Once Kane gets close enough to you, he kills you one hit. And it makes sense. This is Emily, unarmored, you know, not exactly this uber badass like Chris or Jill or Ethan or Leon are towards and the last few Resident Evil titles, nothing like that. So pretty much a meat cleaver going into your skull, that's gonna get you in one hit. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all the other ammo just in case. But yeah, you need to do this in order with the numbers, so we start here at 1, and this is what gets Kane to come into the room after me. Ooh, a little bit too close for my liking. I like to try to run 2 corners ahead of him, just in case one is not quite enough. And that one seemed close. He also gets a little bit faster once you take off so much health. It really was not very smart to go for 2, and now he's yeah, he's a little bit faster. Oh boy, I did not mean I put myself into a corner, or at least I was going to, even if I made it, even if I turned around in time to run, unless he was on his last legs, which I don't think he was. I need to stay in that little area where I can keep running around the pillar with the first switch. Alright, and we're back. Let's try this again. Unload our last clip into him, then start using the shotgun. I'm not even going to wait for him to get close. I want to try to take off as much HP as I can before starting to have to run around like this. Keep juking him. Okay, he's already getting a little bit faster, so I like to think this means that at least half of his health is gone. Oh, yeah. Okay, while I was reloading, she instantly aimed before I took off the aiming button, and that turned me around. Man. Defeated this guy on the first try last time on when I did hard mode, so what's my problem now? Although I think in Kane's particular case, it didn't seem like hard mode made any difference with the boss fight with him. He didn't even seem to have more HP or move faster or anything like that. Alright, and we're back, and we'll ignore him for now. Grab these shells. Use that clip as fast as we can. Okay, good, I can reload without aiming, so hopefully I won't get stumped by that again. Just wasted a shot. Alright, I just need to be very choosy with when I reload and when I shoot. Even if it takes a little more time and I have to keep cutting corners here. Patience wins. Okay, cool. And he's down. Now for the key out of here and to shut off the power. With 8 shotgun shells left, and some more pistol ammo just in case I need it. Oh good, that was 2. I thought that was 3 at first, and then I was going to run out of time before the first one reset again. 4 is over there, so where was 3 again? Right here. No, that was the way of the first one. This way. And as far as I know, we can take our time getting to the 5th one in the other room. Oh, good. There's some more shells. Let's free up space for that. Yeah, I wonder how many bullets it takes to kill the mini-boss monster. Huh. Okay, if you start a good enough distance away, I think maybe using handgun bullets to kill him, because that's maybe twice as much as one of the latter game zombies. Maybe I was actually wasting ammo taking 3 shotgun shells to get him. Alright, that's that. Let's get out of here.
Please tell me you can hear me now.
Oh yeah, now we can get back on the radio with him.
I haven't left the building. I'm still in there. Kurt, this house. Crazy things happened here. I still haven't found Amber.
Okay, I said I liked Emily's voice. I don't know if that necessarily means she was a good voice actress. Sometimes she really just doesn't seem to show the proper emotion or inflection in certain statements she makes.
Yeah, okay.
But even so, I really like her character. And yay, that's a hint. It turns out Amber may still be alive, so our visit here is not for nothing. For whatever reason, when Kane caught her, he did not kill her. Even though he sure didn't mind, at least after so long, trying to take a meat cleaver to my skull. Alright. Now, if you need to pick up anything in the item chest, I don't think I did. But you know what? I'll go in that direction anyway, just to be sure. And also, to show you what I was talking about earlier, there was one last blind guy you can encounter that will get a hold of you if you just run through. It's kind of a trick, really. Wow. That sucks to be me that I chose this route, because somehow 3 blasts did not kill him. Now I get to do that boss fight all over again. That was a lot of fail on my part, not gonna lie. Alright, yeah, I'll just pick this back up once I get back to emerging out from the area where I killed Kane. Okay, and we're back. Let's actually, you know, slay this monster properly this time. Yeah, I think trying to aim up toward the face actually isn't a good idea with them, because they do have an exposed heart. Maybe that's precisely why it took more than 3 shells last time. And I thought I could get up in time and just run past him, but I guess not. That will not be an issue on the way out of here. Is having used up the last of my health that I actually bothered to pick up and not drop or anything. But let's be absolutely certain. Yep. There's still this. When I died against Kane the first time, I forgot to pick those back up out of the cabinet. So, just in case I need it. So now we're going to go back into the basement from the dining room. The normal way we first went into it. Although I do believe there are some of these mini monsters down here too. So I guess I don't get to enjoy all of the shells I picked up that I forgot I still had. I also do like how there are all these handprints on the corners of stuff. It's like I'm following after... Yep, and that's what I'm talking about right there. If you just come right into this room, running for the steps down to the basement, he'll get you. There's that creepy painting with the old man looking up at something in what seems to be sheer terror. Alright, so we're going to go back through the same route that Amber got in to the house at the beginning of the game. We'll go ahead and save one last time. Really wish I could pick up this cat and take it with me. Oh. God, now I feel really bad. It's like he came up next to me while I was resting in the chair. almost like a comforting presence, and here I am, inadvertently abandoning him to burn down with the house. I actually really do feel kind of bad about that, but again, I'm pretty sure it's something that the developer just didn't even think about when... So, monster's trying to get through the door. And what we're going to do to be sure that none of them escape the house and go out into the city, we're going to burn down the house using this lamp that we took from Kane. And this is where the laser sight really comes into handy, because you can't just aim in its general direction and shoot. Otherwise, you'll more than likely hit all those cans of kerosene instead. And here's Amber.
See you. Get me out of here, please. That crazy freak. Okay, don't move. I'll find a way to open it. You can do it at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, don't worry, Amber. I totally killed Kane. You don't have to worry about him anymore.
Wait for me. I'll be quick.
He definitely hasn't gone ahead of me, leaving those bloody handprints on the walls everywhere, and yet somehow I'm now here ahead of him. Okay, so... yeah, this is it. There's no more monsters, so I can't possibly die from anything. Kane kills you in one hit yet again. So this is absolutely useless. I just want to get all the ammunition from down here into my inventory at once. And in fact, the good news is, like, you pretty much get all the handgun bullets. You get, like, an endless supply, even if you don't have shotgun shells left, to have a chance at killing him in time before he crosses this passageway all the way over to you. We can also combine these, and hopefully we will not have to... with the rest of the bullets I get down here... Oh, this is Robert. I don't know if... because this apparently is just from a few days ago. The butler, Robert, claims he saw Lady Diane and helped her escape. I don't know where he went. Kane probably caught up to him and killed him because he wants Diane all for himself or whatever, but yeah. Alright, so this is like an infinite supply, I think, of handgun bullets. And hopefully that will be all we need. And in case I need to get Kane to kind of back up a little bit towards the end to get the last few shots on him, I have a good 11 shells left, I think, so... it really should be enough, unless I'm just really terrible at using my time wisely and shooting and aiming and reloading. Which, knowing me, that is a definitive possibility.
Okay. Curtis is clearing the way out for us. It's just a little moment. We'll get out of here. I promise. I think I left my glasses inside.
So we go back for Amber's glasses because she is the rather irresponsible and carefree, unfortunately, younger sibling. That's what got her here in the first place. Judging by the phone message that she left for Emily in the very opening scene. Friday the 13th style, went out here into the woods partying with friends, and Kane found them, probably killed them all, chased Amber to the house, and...
You'll find new ones, Amber.
Alright. Gotta shoot and reload quickly as we can. Okay. Need to run back. Grab a few more, it looks like. And I took a moment. I can't tell if I got the yeah, I do have the laser sights on, but I took a little too much time wondering if I was pressing the right button for it or not, because I couldn't see it at first. So we are going to have to do that with the shotgun. Whew. Managed to get him while he was further away from me than I thought. I was getting nervous there. Alright, so we just head out. And here is the last scene of the game. Thanks, Curtis. Dick. Guys, don't you want to, like, get a little bit further away from the burning house? I mean, there might be an explosion somewhere at some point, and some debris will catch you, or maybe the cinders falling down from the sky that don't look all that far away from where you're currently at. Anyway, interestingly, yeah, all three protagonists with voices in this game, they all live. Not a single one of us dies, unless you count the nameless friends that we never see or had any lines or anything that that Amber obviously came out into the woods to at the beginning of the game. Or came with, I meant. So yes, that was the Mute House. I just can't believe how much I like this game, especially for just a mere 12 bucks. I think it was pretty well made overall, and it had a lot of mechanics that, you know, some people might say that is a frustration or hinders the gameplay, but it's obviously to be a delightful challenge for those that like this kind of thing. Like the small inventory space, you know, having to drop partially empty clips on the ground, pick them back up, not being able to reload in the inventory, having to go to your inventory in real time. I mean, I know that last one certainly is nothing new. I know that started with like Resident Evil 5 for one, but you know, still. Just altogether, I could really feel, you know, Emily's relative vulnerability and helplessness in the game, and made it a kind of a... But that's what survival horror is all about. Not being, you know, this abnormally strong person who, you know, who you actually like his odds coming into the dangerous situation that he or she does. You like feeling vulnerable, weak, where the odds are stacked against you. What about what you saw? I think Amber stayed in the cell most of the time. You're the one who had to fight through all the monsters and everything. You know, I'm really hoping whoever made this game, that they do decide, or that they've already decided to start working on a sequel, because, I mean, it's kind of a sequel hook right here.
Something happened to her. Something not like what happened to the others. I don't know.
I just hope that if he does, and, you know, we play as Emily again, that suddenly, that just because she went through this experience once and survived, barely, that suddenly she doesn't become like Bayonetta or something with just this shameless sex appeal and this superhuman abilities and everything. But alright, that was a nice little LP to do. Glad I did it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this too. And I'll see you in the next Let's Read, or whenever I get back to Resident Evil 6/8.